police officers, two of them being praised after they jumped in to help a Detroit mother deliver a baby on her front porch.
Well, tonight they are speaking for the first time to 7 Action News reporter Amira David. And Amira joins us live with the story. And I bet this was a call they were not expecting to answer, Amira.
Definitely not. As you can imagine, you guys have to remember, every single day officers walk into these doors expecting to crack down on crime and only crime. But on this particular day, two officers with a combined 3 decades of experience under their belt tell me they encountered something they could have never imagined.
He yelled that his wife was in labor and having a baby right now, and up there we went.
It wasn't quite the call to duty Officer Scott Barrick says he was expecting. In the early morning hours of October 6th, he and Officer Alyssa Wadas had been dispatched to the 2500 block of Cabot Street, where a man had been stabbed. But after arresting the suspect, they were pulled into another scene just steps away.
She was already in full labor, full contractions.
A couple, they say, was on their front porch trying to carry out a home birth. But the midwife they were expecting, not there yet.
Watched kind of a brief video on the very basics of what to do before the paramedics get there if a baby's being born.
And that's all the training Officer Wadas would have before literally catching the baby in her hands 5 minutes after arriving.
The biggest key is just making sure we don't drop the baby and get the baby kind of cleaned up, and my partner wrapped the baby up in a towel once the baby was born.
That's all Wadas says she could think about. But the most relieving part for them?
When the baby cried for the first time, because then we knew the baby was at least okay long enough to get the midwife there.
The officers say it was a first-time experience on a one-of-a-kind day. A one-of-a-kind day indeed. I do want to mention that earlier in their shift that day in the afternoon, they actually pulled a dead body out of the water. By the end of their shift in the wee hours of the morning, they were helping a mother give birth to her second child. They were telling me that it really just shows you the cycle and the circle of life. As for the family, I did reach out to them. They declined an interview, but I asked how their baby is doing. They said they had a baby girl named Olympia, and she is doing just fine. For now, in Detroit, Amira David, 7 Action News.
All in a day's work. I guess they do it all. Thank you so much, Amira, for bringing us that story.
All right, we have much more.